Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the episode 2 of JEPodcast, powered by JEP Studios and Jellyfish Education Philippines, only here on YouTube. Last week, we tackled the experiences of our guests with their study in Japan program students and their usual work in sending students toward their Japan dreams. For me, it was an insightful experience and I've learned a lot as well from our guest. For this week's episode, we are going to talk about different information to our viewers and help them decide more to study in Japan. And we all know that Japan is one of the most famous place or country in the world. Before we start, I would like to inform everyone that the Study in Japan program of Jellyfish Education Philippines accept applicants for our July 2026 batch. And if you wish to inquire or apply today, just scan this QR code or click the link in the description box. Now, I will introduce our guest for today to discuss our second topic titled Ticket Pass from Manila to Tokyo. What do we need to know? Are you guys excited? Because I am. And, without further ado, let's meet our guest for today. So we have Miss Ana Aurelio and Miss Sakura Okamura from the Documentation Department of Jellyfish Education Philippines.
Konnichiwa, minasan. So, I am Ana Aurelio, Documentation Specialist here at Jellyfish Education Philippines. And I'm here with...
Hello everyone, this is Sakura Okamura, Documentation Specialist from Jellyfish Education Philippines.
Yeah, so how's your day so far?
It's been okay. How's your day?
It's also okay. Lately it's been rainy, so... yeah, but all in all, it's okay. Ayan. And here with Ivan-san. Thank you, Ivan.
I am very happy that they are here right now with us. And to all of our viewers, please stay tuned until the very end to know more details about the Study in Japan program or anything about Japan right now. So for our very first question, we often hear about the Certificate of Eligibility or COE and the student visa. Can you break down the purpose of each and explain which one is absolute priority to secure before you even think about your flight?
Okay, for the COE, Certificate of Eligibility, and the student visa often explained at the same time, but the very first thing we have to obtain is the COE, Certificate of Eligibility. This is the you can go to Japan ticket given from the Japan government or immigration. This proves that the school has chosen you and they have checked your background, financial capabilities, and your purpose to study in Japan. And without getting this COE, you cannot apply for the student visa. Student visa is different thing from the COE. You have to apply while you are in the Philippines to fly to Japan.
Yes. So documents come first in order to apply for the certificate of eligibility under your chosen Japanese language school. And then more on the last step comes the student visa, since that will be handled by the embassy in the Philippines, so they can put the Japan visa on your passport. So the ultimate thing you need to secure first is your COE, the Certificate of Eligibility, for you to be able to apply for the student visa in Japan.
For the second question, for students aiming for a specific school intake, what's a realistic timeline for gathering and processing all the necessary documents? What are some common but easily avoidable mistakes students make during this phase?
And so it depends on your chosen language school, since each language school has its own immigration, for example, Tokyo immigration, Osaka immigration. So it depends on the immigration's timeline for the documentation processing. And also, it also depends on your chosen batch if January, April, July, and October. And so for Jellyfish will provide the specific timeline, so together with the whole documentation stuff. And ayun, we have the initial documents, following documents, and we also have a specific timeline for the initial documents and the following documents. So for following documents, 3 months.
3 months, yes.
So before the COE application dates, we have this rule of the following documents that need to be issued within 3 months for the COE application date. And common but easily avoidable mistakes. Not following the timeline. And so during early stages of the documentation, upon signing or applying of our students, we already provide the timeline of their specific batch. So they can start gathering initial documents, and then we will announce the issuing of the following documents. So common mistakes of the students is they don't really process earlier. They don't compile their documents ahead of time, and most of the time they merge gathering all of the documents in one go.
As long as you listen to our signals and advices, this is very much easily avoidable. We will be assisting.
We will be assisting from the very first step until the very last step, and until our students are in Japan. So Jellyfish are still connected with our students also. So with the program consultants and of course the documentation team, so we will provide all of the needed info, the guidelines. So we have our own guidelines page by our head Masashi Nakanisa. And so all of the details are there for our students to check and to serve as their reference also. So they only need to comply and follow the timeline, the rules, the documentation process to have a smoother flow of their COE application.
And now for our third question. Let's say a student realizes they've forgotten or misplaced a crucial document. What do you think is the immediate course of action they should take? Who should they contact, and what's the likelihood of being denied entry?
I think, so if a student realizes that they've forgotten or misplaced a very crucial document, it actually depends on the document. For example, if diploma, you can go back to your school and request for a certificate of graduation, or if you have a copy of their certificate of graduation, it can be a substitute to the diploma. And then if TOR, you can still request at the school. Birth certificates, you can request at PSA. And maybe it depends on the type of document also. If it's the sponsored documents, like bank documents. It depends on the situation, but it can be reissued.
Yes.
We just need some additional request. If we need to reissue the bank certificates, then most likely we might request for additional bank statements. But in the end, it's still applicable, it's reachable, and it's issuable. If the documents can be requested or reissuable, then I think it's not really a huge problem. And if ever they encountered such problems, they can immediately message us. We have individual group chats for our students where they can address their concerns and problems. So if ever there's a situation like this, and they can inform us, and then we will check what's the right course of action. And it depends on the type of the document also. But I think majority of our documents can be like reissued or re-requested. And so if we must recommend our students to take care of their documents also, to avoid further hassle also on their end, since they will have more problems to encounter if ever they misplaced these important documents. So they can contact us, and then for the likelihood of being denied entry, if ever the documents cannot be reissued, or there's gonna be a certain problem with the school and we haven't applied yet to the immigration, then probably we will put the application on hold.
Yes.
Yes.
Application part.
Yeah, to avoid, of course, we don't want the application to be denied. So as much as possible, if we can hold the student's application and possibly move to the next batch, then it's more likely that would happen also. So to avoid being denied the COE, since it's a bigger concern and a bigger problem if we submitted the documents with concerns and then turns out it's going to be denied in the end. So we need to prevent it from happening. Ayan.
For the second to the last question, with travel regulations constantly changing, how should students stay updated on the latest requirements? What's the best way to handle unexpected changes to the documentation process?
So our agency, the Jellyfish Education Philippines, is connected with the several Japanese language schools in Japan, of course. They are our partners, and they are connected with the immigrations. And immigrations updates the school with the changes, and the school always updates us with the changes and important procedures. Require changes in the requirements or changes in any processes. So every time when there are any important updates, we always make sure to inform our students. So sit back, relax, and wait for our messages if there are any important changes or notifications or anything news from us.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, for example, like the new protocol of the immigration for the tuberculosis screening. So it's not really immediate. It's more of a preparatory for the next batch. So we were informed around this year, mid this year or earlier this year, about this new protocol from the immigration. And so we immediately checked the details, we updated our guidelines, we updated our we updated our details, the list of the documents for the students, and we also made sure during our orientation that this is the new document requested by the immigration. So it's also one of the crucial and important documents in applying now for the certificate of eligibility. So unlike before, I think it stopped for the October 2025 batch. So starting January 2026, Japan is now requiring this document. So such changes like that, we always update our students, and we make sure that they are well informed also, since they might have a lot of questions. So we provide the complete details in our guidelines for them to check, and we're also replying to their concerns in the group chats also, if ever they have further questions. And so unexpected changes to the documentation process, of course, we are always in contact, as Sakura-san mentioned, to our Japanese language school. So the moment they informed us about this new protocol or this new adjustment to the document, so we always inform our students, our clients, about this new change.
And down to the final question, how does the Jellyfish education team support students in managing their documents? And what's the one piece of advice you always give to a student who feels overwhelmed by the paperwork?
So, Jellyfish Education documentation team, we are always there in the group chat. But whenever you are overwhelmed or you have concerns, questions, you can chat us anytime you want. Some of us or any of us will be answering your questions, concerns. And we also have program consultants for each of you, each of our students, always open to hear from you, always open to hear your concerns or what you feel worried about. So yeah, you can chat us anytime and then just relax and listen to what we can say, what we can advise to you, so we can help your concerns or feelings or situations.
As mentioned by Sakura-san, so the documentation team is always here, ready to answer your concerns and your questions, especially for our students then. And the program consultants are also available. So the moment you're turned over to us, to the documentation team, so we will assist you from the emails, from the messenger group chats, and for the documentation orientation, we also have that one. And for the whole documentation process for your certificate of eligibility. So in terms of managing your documents, so from the beginning of the documentation process, we are already informing our students about the guidelines, the timeline, and we are also giving some deadlines for these specific documents, which are the initial documents, which some of them are already available with our students, like the diploma, the birth certificates. So those are the documents that doesn't need to be issued 3 months before the COE application. So it's okay to prepare them as early as possible. And one piece of advice we can always give to our students is follow the timeline. Follow the timeline, follow our checklist, including also in our documentation processing is we provide our students with their own Google Drive folders where they can upload the scanned documents of both them and their sponsors. And so we also have there uploaded the guidelines, the list of the documents, and also the checklist. So the checklist is one of the core of the documentation process. So there we are editing for the students' concerns, for the students' additional documents. So during the whole process of checking of the documents, we will keep updating the checklist for any additional concerns from us and from the school as well, since the school will also do their checking. Ayan. So if ever they are feeling overwhelmed by the paperwork, they can always reach out to us if ever we can help or assist them to make their documentation process smoother. So Jellyfish is always here to assist our students for of course, for the betterment of the flow of the documents and for the approval of the certificate of eligibility.
And wow, that's an exciting discussion with them, and I have learned a lot as well. You know, from deciding to study in Japan and what documents or things we need to prepare for us to get our ticket to Japan. And I've learned a lot from our documentation team, and I hope you guys did as well. And of course, you may also share your knowledge and learnings in the comment section. So you can comment and we will read that one by one. And now, I just want to ask our guests for today for their final message or anything that they want to share with our viewers before we wrap up this episode.
Studying in Japan feels like or sounds like such a huge dream, but you can start by small steps by contacting us. We will be guiding you through from the very first step until you successfully enter Japan to study in Japanese language school. So let's start from the very first step. Contact us first and get your assessed if you can.
Yeah, so thank you, Cyrus. So maybe for me, short message for our aspiring students who want to study and live in Japan. So, if ever you're given the opportunity and you are capable and you have someone to support you, so feel free to contact us through our Facebook page or to any of our social media platforms for our program consultants to contact you and assess you as well, and to check if you are qualified to apply for our study in Japan program. Ayan. So, if ever Japan is your dream country, so this is your chance to grab this special and rare opportunity. If you are ever granted the certificate of eligibility, then it's a sign that Japan is for you. Ayan. So do not hesitate to contact us, and if ever you want just to inquire or know more about our programs, our office is also open here in Pasig City, so you can directly visit our office and ask for more details and personally meet us, the documentation staff, or our program consultants as well. And so if ever you have this kind of dream like this, like what Sakura-san mentioned, so grab it. It's only once in a lifetime. And of course, Jellyfish is here to help you expand your horizons. Ayan. from our company tagline. So, ayan. And maybe that's all. So again, this is Anna, your documentation specialist.
And this is Sakura from Jellyfish.
Ayan, so I think we now officially end the podcast. Ayan, so thank you, Ivan.
Okay, so for me, I just want to say to everyone that we should all stay safe. We should all look for each other. Be happy, be nice, and always make sure that we all are healthy and safe. We should maintain our well-being as well. So we have a lot of social media pages, so that's where we post our updates, our programs, our discounts and promos. So stay tuned, guys. And again, we accept applicants for July 2026 batch, and for our online Nihongo class program, we accept enrollees for the October 2025 class on October 13. And again, as of today, I think we have 5 slots left. So guys, make sure to enroll if you want to study in Japan but don't have an experience. Then you should take the online Nihongo class with us. So again, thank you so much, and see you on the next episode, everyone. Bye bye.